What's up, folks? This is HHRS Radio Show, man. This is Moose, a.k.a. Big House, and I am so happy to be here. We, we're up in here, man, with Jeezy,
Yes,
the star of
sir.
the show. How you doing, big boy?
Oh man, it's glad to be here. It's all right.
It's a revolution.
It's a revolution, dog.
When you hit that, that tone, you like went away. We lost you for a
It's
second.
a revolution. Says you a little slower.
Your internet can't handle your face moving in that tone at the same time every
That's
time.
all right.
That's weird.
It's a revolution.
It did better without your lips. Hey, I tell you what, we also got the lady of the house, man, the one and only Run.
E.
M.
C.
Hi guys, happy Tuesday. I
Happy.
miss you all. I'm so happy to see your faces tonight. Also, it is a revolution, but if you're going to say that you got tear gas, don't put an onion in your towel, and definitely don't give your name and where you live. Ma'am, we all know all about you now.
You're gonna talk about that. Hey, this is the quarantine show, man. Hey, man, to be totally transparent, man, Moose is quarantine. Yeah. I was a first contact. There's another one of those words we never really used before. I was a first contact to somebody that woke up this morning with no smell and no taste. And so the 40 was like, you know what? You're home. I'm like, daggone it.
You know, though, I've already been quarantined, and I have to admit that if you're quarantined as a contact, but you don't get COVID, it's kind of a nice time.
Nice little vac.
You get to stay at home, you know, have your groceries delivered, DoorDash, have your friends do a porch drop-off. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice.
Yeah, I mean, today is day one for me, so it's cool. I got a lot done, like, already in day one. I did some work, some of my 40, and I did some other work, so yeah, that was cool.
Are you going to record the show?
I think I am. I think I am recording, like, the video recording. Yeah, I think I am. So I think, matter of fact, I think I started it. I mean, I started automatically, then I stopped and I started it back. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh, okay.
HHRS Radio Show, man, the quarantine show, man. Welcome to 2021. This is our first show of 2021. It looks like,
which is really just 2020 with bangs.
Man, that's what it seems like. I mean, holy cow! We open up the year, and very shortly, Dr. Dre is in the hospital with an aneurysm, and we have like one of our tags says, insurrection. We're going to talk about that today.
That was a word I didn't even know till last Wednesday. Never heard it in my life.
Well, you got to think about like resurrection, insurrection. Is very, one's, they're not the same, obviously, but so then we have, COVID-19 still going on. And it's funny because I've been doing so much work in my house. Like I done kicked up so much dust. I'm going to blow my nose. You're going to be like, oh, Moose is tainted. We got him. But no, I just got to blow my nose, man. So anyway, we're going to talk about that. COVID-19 and all that's going on, man. The United States, again, the insurrection and all the rest of it. Holy cow. Like,
there's a lot going on in the world, man. Well, in the U.S.
Yeah. The rest of the world's looking at us like, oh, yeah? That's how y'all doing it over there? Huh?
I mean, you would think this is like India or Pakistan where you see shit like that happening, dog. Like this, like you don't expect it from America, yo.
No, I think the most tripped out part is that, from what I understand, Mexico is going to go ahead and build that wall, and I think Canada's going to want one too. They like forget it, we'll just do it ourselves, man.
I kind of don't blame them.
But everybody, you know what? Y'all can have that mess.
So, what you think?
Yeah.
What's going on? What you got? What you got for me, Jeezy?
Well, I mean, like it was crazy because like when everything kind of went down, like I was like in the wind working. I happened to go to the little lounge. The spark went up, and I see on TV like this jokers running into the Capitol. I'm like, man, what the hell's going on? Because I don't listen to radio and I don't be on Facebook like that. And to watch it and to see what happened, it's like I couldn't believe it. You think about all the movies that you see, and you see like Tom Cruise and like National Treasure, how he had to break in and have all that stuff done, and all of a sudden you just have multiple people storm the Capitol, and there's no security. Right.
Hey, big boy, I think you're having some trouble with your audio over there, man. You might want to. I don't know if you want to get closer or put your mic on.
The headphone in, so y'all can hear me through the headphone out.
I'm just letting you know. But hey, so on top of that, you're right, man. Like, it doesn't sound like it's our country, and I think, I'll be honest with you, I think the president and oh Lord, the president and what was that? What was that one where it was Will Smith and it was in Independence Day? I think the president of Independence Day is stronger than our current president.
No, very.
I would say there's a lot.
Can you hear me?
Stronger than our president. We could probably even list off things that are tighter than the Capitol security. Like runs pants after quarantine. Tighter than the security at the Capitol building.
It was literally one brother waving a baton.
No, but did you hear the story about him?
Yeah.
No. I didn't hear it.
So he distracted the domestic terrorists, I'm going to call them what they are, and he took them the opposite direction from the room where everything was happening so that they would follow him instead of going in to the room. Because we don't really know what they were going to do in there. We just have some assumptions based on what they had with them.
I kind of wish he would just open fire. Just shoot a couple of them just walking in.
He's being
pop. That. But I saw Jimmy Kimmel said something that was funny. He was like, y'all stormed the Capitol, but yet y'all stay between the velvet ropes.
They did, too. They did.
When
you see that, they were like filing in the ropes.
In between the ropes. Like the ropes have more security than the actual building.
Than the people, right. But I mean, I get it. I get it though, man. Like, there's all those people, and I mean, and it's funny because I will still stand on this that I think that if there was if it was Black Lives Matter or some black folks, I think they would have shot the first 100 of them, knowing that the next 10,000 would run away. When the first 100 started falling. Rubber bullets, real bullets. I think that would have happened.
Okay, I got issue with that. I got issue with that narrative because that seems to be the topic. As soon as it happens, like all of a sudden, it's like black people was like, well, we need to be the center of the story. Like, no, like for once, let white people fight amongst white people. We ain't got to compare if we involved. We ain't involved with this. This has nothing to do with us. Nothing at all. We weren't involved in it. It wasn't about us. They weren't fighting for us, against it. Like it was just white on white crime. And we had nothing to do with it. So why we gotta feel the need to interject ourselves? Like, well, if that was us, well, yeah, we know that. But let's go ahead and sit back and watch them fight each other. Let them take on each other. And what happens is when they fight each other, they kill off each other. Then who becomes the majority? We do. So let's sit back. We ain't involved in this. This ain't our fight.
Are you okay with the police officers just opening the barricades and letting them in?
Taking selfies. Taking selfies with them.
They did take selfies.
They ain't got nothing to do with me. They ain't got nothing to do with me. The thing is, we weren't there. So, a lot of people, we ain't got it. So, I feel like we don't have to interject ourselves into this story. Yes, we see how police can handle a situation, yes, all that's true. But guess what? We weren't there, and on white crime at its finest. we saw it. So, hey, I'm cool with that. For once, white people have to explain, well, that wasn't me. Well, now they don't like to be us. Every time we see some polls as being Moose and roaches do something, we feel the need to explain, well, they had a bad background, you know. It feels good for white people for one have to explain the actions of other white people.
You know what though? You know what, Jeezy? I mean, that we've opened up the door for more roaches. Those are roaches too. You feel me? Those are roaches too. I mean, I think a roach is just any in our summation is any group or person that overtakes an area that doesn't want lower class life form. Yeah, that's not really wanted anywhere, but will always show up in droves.
We'll always show up in droves. Yeah, I mean, them jokers was scaling the walls, climbing in the building. I mean, it was breaking windows you know. But what's even funnier is when they were at the airport getting arrested.
I did love that.
The one dude was like, "You treated me like a black person."
Man, come on, man. No.
I love it.
So I'm gonna
They're
tell you
on a
this.
no-fly list now.
I love it.
So is a situation, guys, where Jeezy, I know you say we shouldn't interject black people into a situation, but I mean that is the conversation. It's like they are treated differently, man. Like, well, we looking for equity, we're looking for being equal. Well, I mean, what the heck is going on? How come the people didn't get shot busting into the Capitol?
Well, one person was shot, but Moose.
What? Okay, I'm sorry. How many?
One person was shot.
Yeah. I'm sorry. How many?
I get all that, Moose. I get everything that you're saying. But what I'm saying is like we saw isn't that Daylan Roof, the Charleston shooter? We saw him get Burger King. So this ain't nothing new to us, man. He went and got Burger King at the mass shooting. So why are we shocked that they can storm the Capitol? But that's fine. Storm it, shoot it, blow it up, do whatever you gotta. Hey, we ain't involved in it. We not. We sitting back chilling, smoking weed, sipping on some Hennessy, watching the show. Like, y'all go ahead and have this one.
But
we gotta be involved in it.
I think the worst part about it is a couple of days later, it's like, well, what did your president say, Jeezy? Hey, y'all go home. We love y'all, but y'all just need to go home and be cool, you know. And I guess for me, man, I'll quit talking about it. I guess for me, when all Colin Kaepernick did, man, was take a knee in protest, and it was a mess. And when all the other cats started taking a knee, they was like, they need to fire all them sons of bees and all that.
Yeah.
These cats like, oh no, I love you. And then, but you still, the part that just trips me out is you still got cats up there. What's that? Lindsey Graham, Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz, who's he's more of a sellout than Samuel Jackson was in on Candyland, man. Like, he's more of a sellout than the Django cat, man, because he called Ted Cruz all kind of names, like you punk, you soft, you all kind of this and that. And Ted Cruz is still dangling on him, man. I'm talking about.
You know why they doing that, right? Trump got 76 million votes.
I'm with it.
So the thing is, them people want to stay elected, so they want some of that 76 million to keep them in office in their positions. So they gonna back him and show they gonna back him so they can keep that vote. That's what it's all about. It's politics, man.
Man, the rest of them don't. Even Mitch McConnell, even Purple Hands Mitch McConnell was like, you know what? This ain't right. This ain't quite right, man. I really don't know. You know, I wish I could back go boy on Saturday Night Live, and he'd be like,
Mitch McConnell does look like a turtle.
Mitch McConnell, and we're just going to say that wasn't right. We absolutely love it. And we're making some Only my bottom lip moves? Yeah. Like a puppet? I do. But I wish I could.
Yo, does that guy even have lips?
I'm not really sure. I just know that the long tail can just move to myself. God bless the United States. God bless the United States.
Man.
Anyway, man. Hey, man. Hey, I tell you what, man. We got the smooth voice, man. The one, the only. DJ Long Green, otherwise known as D-Lo.
D-Lo.
D-Lo G. What's up, baby?
Man, what's happening, man? Yo, it feels like right now the news is happening so fast around us. I mean, there's so much. The country has completely gone through so many shifts since the last time we were on the air together.
Yes.
I'm just blown away by everything that's happening, the speed that's happening, and certainly what's at stake. So
it feels like it's been a whole year since we've been on the air together.
Well, it was last year.
No. Like 365 days. Like the events that have happened could have filled 365 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know how it goes, man. I mean,
I mean, how it really goes is the fact that you had a lot of pilgrim rioters, primarily at the Capitol building, who went home that night and climbed in a bed, a hotel bed, their own bed.
Come on,
but Breonna Taylor's killers are still out here free, man.
Come on, man. Say it. You know, I had an interesting thought. So on Monday, I was driving to the 40 in the morning, and I take 65 south, and we do the show in Indianapolis, Indiana, and there were several cars speeding past me, going south. I think all them cats were trying to get away from. By that time, the FBI was looking for them. They was, it was like North Carolina, Florida, Wisconsin. Like it wasn't nobody from Naptown going by me. I think they was trying to get the heck out of Dodge because the FBI was looking for them. I got such a chuckle out of it. I called the big sis and I was like, "Yo, I think it's me on the road and everybody else coming from DC trying to get the heck out of Dodge, man. They're trying to head somewhere."
Yo, although I will say, with that being said, I did see a picture of one protester, rioter, in a Carmel Greyhound sweatshirt.
I saw that too.
Yes. Yeah, and we already know, man. We already know. Don't drive crazy on the north side of Indianapolis, man. You already know that.
Unless I'm driving.
Facts.
And so, guys, this the name of this show is the quarantine show, man. Because on Moose, man, Moose is on grown up punishment, man. 2021 punishment. Can't go to work. Can't go nowhere. Now I'm blowing my nose. So y'all think, he's sick. I don't think I'm sick. I mean, hope not. I tell you what though, let's get into that real quick. That new strain is out there though. I guess you get it easier. Which I don't know I don't know what that means. Like, can you breathe it in easier? Can you touch something easier? Like, how's that work?
It's called the flu, but I mean, who am I?
What'd you say?
No, never mind. I don't want to even go there.
Yeah, you should. You probably shouldn't at this point. You sound. I mean, I love you. But when you start talking like this, you sound.
No, that's cool.
You sound like one of them words. I don't know which word, but one of them.
So I haven't done much research on this new strand because I've been watching the country just be more of a dumpster fire than it was in 2020. But my assumption is that maybe the particles are smaller, and so they're lighter weight, so they travel easier.
Right.
And then they would pass through more fibers because the particles are smaller.
Is that why you can smell a fart but you can't get COVID?
I don't know.
That's what they say,
if you can
right?
smell a fart though, then you don't have COVID. So
that's the benefit.
You're actually winning while you're losing.
The benefits is you can smell a fart because you have a mask on. Like, why can I smell that fart when I got a mask on? It's like, because hey man. The fart particles are smaller than the COVID particles. It's
not anymore.
It's math, right? It's math. You know what I mean? It's chemistry. And we're talking chemistry on the Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man. And if you guys didn't know, when you can smell a fart, it's because the particles are that much smaller than COVID-19 particles. Now, here's what happens, guys. As Run pointed out, though, if you can smell the fart, you probably don't have COVID anyway, so you're kind of winning. So smell as many farts as you can. The takeaway here is smell as many farts as you can to know you're not sick.
That's right. That's how you know people love you in 2021. They will fart around you.
That's not a good message.
The smell.
That's not a good message. That message came out really, really weird. Hey, so I got you guys' president on my TV right here in front of me, and his skin looks like he looks like he has makeup on, like prosthetics on. And this TV isn't that good. This TV isn't that good.
You know what's gonna happen? After inauguration, we gonna see Trump about 3 months, and he gonna look like Harvey Weinstein, yo.
Yeah.
He gonna be old SOB, boy.
Is that the biggest health decline you've ever seen?
And this cat was grabbing boobies and booties, and then he got caught. And he turned into an old man overnight, like they just pulled a pumpkin on him. And it struck midnight on him.
I'm glad I'm not the only person that thought that. I was like, does he have a walker? Like,
yeah, man. He's all the way busted down.
Dang, man. You know what? Now, I will say, though, our boy, who we love, but Bill Cosby got a little bit older. He's already 80-something, but he did dramatically get older when he was in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of a sudden, he was blind, and, you know, and he couldn't see what was happening and stuff.
Right. He don't even know where the Quaalude bottle is at.
Exactly. He like... and I bet
he's Ray Charles to the Quaaludes.
I bet he up in prison, buffed in the mug, like, yeah, y'all better back up and give me them pudding pops. Everybody put their pudding pops over here.
Everybody.
Right. Look, him and OJ was running it for a minute. OJ's out now, but him and OJ was running it for a minute. Hey, speaking of prison. Oh, go ahead, D-Lo.
Yo, I was just gonna say, speaking of OJ, he had a comment to say on social media regarding the situation in the country. So I will send that to the group, man. It surprised me, man, but
right.
Even OJ has an opinion about America and these riots.
I bet he does.
I
man.
can't wait.
Hey, so I think it was yesterday. There was a schedule for the only woman that's on death row to be killed, right? What do you call it? Executed. To be executed yesterday, and then they halted it. And what they're going to do is they're going to do a mental health status check on her. I guess in about 78. I guess 70. It's either 78 or in the early 80s. She killed a woman that was pregnant, and then removed the baby from the woman while she was pregnant. That's why she's on death row. But she's the only woman on death row. So they're gonna do a mental health exam. Look, if anybody has any thoughts, that's cool. But Jeezy, I want you to go last because I already saw your thoughts like through your forehead. So anybody have anything before Jeezy goes?
I mean, at this point, I think she's pretty fortunate that Donald Trump hasn't given the green light on this.
He
because
did.
Really, he's kind of in a position still where whatever executions are lined up before the 20th, you know, he can certainly make that call. And I think that he's gone this far on the country directly that it's probably not above him to want to go ahead and move forward with as many executions as he can before he leaves office.
And he has. That's the crazy thing is it's been the most in history. You know, outside of like Salem witch trials. You know what I mean? Like it's been pretty crazy. Ron, did you have anything before Jeezy gives us his 15 cents?
I just want to say that if someone cuts a baby out of a woman's uterus, who probably has some mental health concerns. I mean, I think that kind of goes without saying. But also, do we do a mental health evaluation on all of them before they're executed? I don't think so. Also, really, if we're being honest, most repeat offenders do have some mental health concerns. And so maybe we just kind of reform the whole prison system. And instead of it being modern day slavery, maybe we do rehabilitate our citizens.
There you go. All right.
It's a thought.
Ever the ally, folks, run EMC, man. All right, Jeezy, as soon as I said it, I saw you. Go. The floor is
So here we
yours.
go with the hypocrisy that this woman cut a baby out of another woman's stomach on death row, and now when it comes time to get her to chair, they're like, oh, well, you know, I feel sorry, we want to see if she has some mental issues. Had that been a man, he'd have been dead 10 years ago. So my point is, if women want equal rights, it need to be more women on death row. Because for sure, women are killing people. For sure.
Equal
For
rights,
sure they
equal
are.
consequences.
Equal consequences. Get their ass a chair too. I don't want to have even the woman that got shot at the riot, at the storm in the Capitol. They don't say I feel sorry for her because she's a woman. No, you got what you deserve. I don't care if you got a vajayjay. You can get these hands too. You can catch hot ones. You can catch strays. You can get it all. Nobody cares that you got boobies. They're all supposed to feel sorry for you. No.
Hey, real quick, I just want one interjection. I really like this new show. It's not a new show. I like this show on YouTube called Hot Ones. So let's not say that because I really like them.
Doug, you know what I'm saying? So that's why new podcast 2021, Men Lives Matter, dog. 2021, dog.
Are you launching that on the Independent Network?
I'm launching a new podcast called Men Lives Matter. We matter, man. I'm tired of save the women and children. What does that mean? No, y'all want equal rights. Y'all want equal treatment. And guess what? Y'all can die here too with the terrorists. Y'all can die here too with the held hostage. Y'all can die too. Same way we can, y'all can too. Don't y'all tell us? I can do anything a man can. Yes, you can. You can sit your ass right next to me while they rob this bank. Oh, let my ass go first. You got this.
Oh,
I'm done.
I'm a little speechless. I was dumbfounded
You
for a
right,
second.
you can't say it because you're I can say it because I don't give a damn. Damn, look, women, I love you, but it's time. It's 2021. It's time that y'all get the same treatment. Y'all want the same treatment, same consequence too. The same. You could have baby out of the womb. You dead. You got to die.
So
Period.
do you feel like? And I know this has already happened. I want to say this has already happened where we've seen women come back from war in the box. You know, typically you only saw men come home in the box, and women didn't go. But like,
you know what? You serve the country well. You serve. You get the same memorial that a man would get. The same. I'm with that. I'm equal all across the board. If you're gay, guess what? You kill somebody, guess what? You get the chair too. Everybody can get the chair, dog. If you kill somebody, you do some stupid shit.
You guys remember the great comedian Robin Harris had a bit on one of his famous things where he was like, you know, he talked about the death penalty because this has come up in the news, you know, for 100 years or whatever. And he said, I'm for the death penalty. Matter of fact, he said, you know, they always had trouble finding somebody to do it. He's like, I do it. I do 2 at a time. And what he used to say, gotta go. Remember that's what he said that? Robin Harris. Man, shout out to the great late Robin Harris. But all right, so guys, I
want to ask you. Do you agree with what I'm saying? Or you disagree?
I don't understand why the punishment, especially for murder, is different. Like, why does that matter if you're a woman or not?
Because women can get on thing. Because women can get up there and cry and play the sympathy card, and then people buy into that. They go up there, they have their pretty blonde hair or their pretty brunette hair. They put it back in the ponytail, and they get the sad face and poke your chest out, and then they get the long face, and then men feel sad for them, and then women feel empathize with them.
I mean, Casey Anthony for sure killed her own daughter and hit her in the woods of Florida, and now she runs a daycare.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I don't actually know if that's true, but she's out just living her best life.
You can't say stuff like that, and people will start. I believed you right away. Like you got a little bit of credibility.
Convincingly, all of you guys did.
That's the power of white privilege. We all believed you.
I know. I was like, like I started choking. I started choking on my drink. Like, oh, are you serious? Who do I need to call?
Okay, but like in all honesty, I feel like I did hear something about that at one point, but I also made it up.
Hey, you need to do some research to fix yourself,
right now.
fix your credibility.
I got a confession.
You know Casey Anthony.
Moose, I got a confession, yo.
What?
I kind of saw white privilege. No, I'll be denounced like, man, white privilege is some bullshit, whatever. I kind of saw it the other day, and I was like, you know what? It's kind of fucked up.
I've seen it a lot.
I've been saying that.
So, but not in the way that y'all talking about. Not in the way of the shit y'all be talking.
Tell the story.
I'm talking about. I'm over here. I was off of Raybolt. Raybolt. The street, off. You know what that says, right? Off Tibbs.
No.
Listen, when they call Raybolt or Raybolt, the street.
Anyway, go. I don't know. I have no idea.
Anyway, you know that area? It's like Tibbs, like it's real over there.
Yeah.
So when you get back up in there, it's starting to get gentrified. It's starting to get like these new houses.
Yeah.
Starting to pop up. And so I'm riding through the hood. I'm riding through there because I had an appointment over there. And I'm seeing like white women walking dogs.
Were you north of 16th Street or south of 16th Street?
South of 16th Street.
Oh, so you was in Hallville.
Yeah. So I'm back up in there, and I'm like, okay. They walking dogs. They jogging.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is insane.
Yeah, it's happening.
Like it just had and nobody's buying. Nobody says nothing.
No. I mean, what is so
if I walk down the street, yo, what's up, hump, baby? I'm gonna get accosted by somebody that lives over there.
Nah, it is changing, man. I mean, Moose. I don't hesitate to let folks know that I live in the hood too. And the reason, and I like to say this. The reason I live in the hood is because my mom said I needed to live over here. When I got divorced, when I was buying a house, I was going to buy a house. In the immortal words of Ice Cube, I was going to buy a house way out. And my mom was like, nah, you need to come back to the neighborhood. There's several of them over here that need to be bought up. And so there you go. Now I'm in one. Matter of fact, doing work on it. Everybody can see behind, look. Except see that ping pong table right there, folks?
Yeah.
I'm nice on that thing. I'm nice on the ping pong. As long as I ain't sipping, I'm nice. As soon as I start sipping, I gotta take several seats somewhere.
Are you Korean Olympian nice?
Look, I don't hold it upside down. I hold it American style, but I'm nice. Hey, the little C was playing with me, and he was mad. You know, teenagers get mad like when they lose. Like, man, he lost about 10 in a row. He beat me the first game and was talking mad. After that, none, and it got worse and worse and worse for him. Like 18-21, 15-21. 10-21, 5-20. He's like, no, we gotta play again. I'm like, man, you gotta go to work, dog. Go to work. I'm done. My back hurts from bending over, picking up all the balls you hitting off the table. So anyway, I'm nice on that ping pong table, man. And Jeezy, man, you know what? Jeezy springs this new show on us, man. Y'all check it out. I'm sure there's some guys out there that want to hear that, and I'm sure there's some people out there, man, that have some opinions about whether it should be even Steven or even Steve Arena. I can't think of a woman's name, but if it's gonna be, even Sarah or whatever. Even Tina. There you go. That's cool. No, even Tina works. So if it's gonna be even Tina.
Whatever. But Moose, you come on the show and we'll put it's gonna be like a YouTube thing. So we'll cover you. You'll sit behind a curtain.
Okay.
And then we'll disguise your voice, and you can get your real opinions. But you won't be seen.
No. Since you've already told us.
We have Elk, aka Large Condo. He'll be like, well, Jeezy, I feel like there's a lot of men, I guess, in this country. So we're definitely gonna protect our identity.
No.
FBI informant style.
Oh man, I am cracking up over that. Nah, Doc.
So we got you, though. We're gonna take care of you.
Listen,
man.
I can put my face on there because I'm gonna be very democratic in all my answers because
No, we don't want democratic. We want real. So when we say if you went out and a woman wasn't shit, I want you to pineapples. I want you to say and tell us why she ain't shit.
no, I mean I won't hesitate to let people know that if you come to my house or if you're in my area and you messing up, I feel free to open that door, man, and here you go. You have at it. Enjoy the world, but enjoy the world. And you know what, folks, you're gonna see me if y'all watching the video. I ain't the most handsome guy. Matter of fact, luckily I lost a little weight because at this angle, I only got one chin.
And when he say D-Lo, you a floating six, changeable, transitional six or something.
Transitional six.
You can have whatever you like outside my house. You know what I mean? Like you got to go, dog. So I'm not even with that. I mean, I'm with that. Like if you nice, you can hang. And guys, by the way, man, Moose. I mean, you know what? I'm still friends with lots of women that I've dated in my life.
Which is the strangest thing I've ever seen in my life.
And so
Jeezy scorched the earth. When I go out, it's like the Capitol building. It's on fire. And I'm walking with a cigar as I walk away from the burning car, yo.
Oh, like a movie, like slow mo.
Slow motion, dog. Like
that's funny.
I've never seen Moose like the only dude I know that can just finesse that, dog. I guess he got this the I don't have the charisma. Like it go from like how did I date him? Because he is just such an asshole. It's amazing.
What's that? Me? Or you?
No, me.
Oh, you? Yeah, no.
I'm a nice guy.
Yeah,
it's just when I'm done with you, I want to see your face and I want to hear your voice. It annoys me.
You listen to Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man. This is the quarantine show, man. Moose, a.k.a. Big House, is on punishment, dog, in the house, man. So even though I was talking about my ping pong skills, I guess, when it's 8 feet away and I can open the door and put a fan on, I guess, but then the balls will be going all over the place. It'd be kind of weird, so ain't nobody coming ready to play ping pong with
balls
me, man.
blowing in the wind's usually weird.
While I'm quarantined, look, everybody's like, everybody had the Scooby-Doo face.
You open that door. But I would like to circle back to Casey Anthony.
All right, so I tell you what, man, why don't you run that news?
Okay, so according to my research, Casey Anthony opened a photography studio in 2016, and she is now working as a researcher for a private detective. So, that might be more scandalous than her running a daycare, for being real honest.
Man, for sure, that's more scandalous. There's no question. By the way, if you have any thoughts about anything that Jeezy said or Ron said or D-Lo, man, you can hit us up on our social media. We're on Twitter at Heavy
_
Hitters
_
And then D-Lo, where else are we?
You can definitely find us on Instagram at Heavy Hitters Radio Show.
Yeah.
You can also find us on Facebook, Heavy Hitters Radio Show. We all over the place, man.
Man, you know what? YouTube too. A few people watch us on YouTube, which I think is pretty cool. So I enjoy that.
Salute.
Yeah. So I appreciate y'all in the YouTube world. Hey, all right, guys. So we have several segments on the show, but one of our most famous segments, man, is Run That News. But look, guess what I'm gonna do? Kanye and Kim might be getting a divorce. All right, go.
Jeffree Star.
So Moose beat me to it. That's the top headliner today. No, actually, when Moose heard about that, he called to ask me if I was okay.
Yeah, I figured you were sad in a mug when something's happening with the Kardashians.
I think Kanye's really insane, and so I'm okay with it. But man, I don't even know where to start because this has been insane.
Well, pause for a second so Jeezy can go real quick.
So, I heard Ron said Kanye's insane. But last time I checked, Kanye wasn't giving a blowjob on camera. That wasn't Kanye. Continue.
Last time I heard, Kanye was getting a blowjob from a dude. But I don't know.
I heard that the dude came, the little transsexual dude, that said he had a lot of rappers in his mouth, but none of them was Kanye.
I don't know. He had a penis, though. I don't know.
No, but the dude, I heard the story. The dude came out, the guy in question came out and said that he had a lot of rappers in his mouth, but none of them was Kanye.
I don't even know what to do here, and I just thought of a new segment called "But I Don't Know." Like we could say a bunch of stuff and then end it, but I don't really know though. I don't really know. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, I heard this, but I don't really know. You know. So we got a new segment coming up very soon. Very soon.
Yes.
I'm not gonna say I don't know. I'm gonna say, but I'm not really sure about it. I'm not really. You know, I'm not really. I don't know. So anyway, I really like that. But see, I've been watching P Valley. So like that whole thing has got me all weirded out, man. Have you guys ever heard of or seen P Valley on Stars?
Heard of it.
Man, it's crazy. It's a little bit of everything. It's ghetto and smart and it's a little bit of everything. Anyway, all right, run that news.
Okay, so 2021 has proven to be just 2020 with bangs. When we first found out that Dr. Dre was in the ICU, listen, we had enough of 2020. Dre's not allowed to leave us. So he had an aneurysm, but the cause is still unknown.
His wife. I'm sorry.
What?
Never mind. Blurted out his wife. My bad.
Wrong show.
Listen, they did not have a prenup, which still blows my mind. So, I mean, she's getting a lot anyway. I don't feel like she needs to kill him in order to get more money.
Because he
getting half of everything.
When they got married, he probably didn't have Beats money. He probably got Beats money when they was together, even though she ain't got nothing to do with Beats. She ain't got nothing to do with it.
Right.
But I'm sure she's trying to get after the Beats money, though.
I assume so. So he's been in the hospital since last Monday. So we're going on, day 10? Yeah. And
he's getting better though, right?
Keeping him in the ICU in case he has another aneurysm. They're saying that is a possibility.
Damn. So his blood is coagulating or something? I mean, you know what I mean?
I mean,
that's what that is, yeah.
Yeah.
But they're saying but somebody had something to do with his wife though, right? Like a broken heart or something. I mean, I don't know if that's the case or whatever, but I mean, isn't that the...
I mean, we don't know.
I've heard that locally as well, D-Lo. I'm sure. I don't know if you heard, some other things, some of the speculation over some people that we know, but it was kind of like a broken heart, man, like ending a man's life.
Which is crazy, and it does have some impact, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Even prior to this, I mean, it's long been rumored that Dre has some heart issues anyway, not physically, but just in terms of how he recognizes or fails to recognize his children. He's got 3 daughters that have no direct line of communication to their father. You know what I mean? And
really?
And he's chosen for it to be that way. And he's made no attempt to know those daughters or their children. You know what I mean? And they all have the same mother. Dre's very much the father, no question.
Wow.
But he's just that type of character, you know what I mean? So I know we lift these guys up and what have you, but hell, a lot of these cats got dark sides too.
They're regular people. They got stuff. They got stuff.
Sure.
I think, do you guys feel like, I'll let you get back to the news, do you guys feel like there's anybody that doesn't have anything? Like like Anthony Fauci. What do you think about him? Like you think he's got some stuff?
Yo, he looks at some weird porn, man.
Something, right? Or at some point back during the AIDS times, he was like, you know what? I think I got this fixed. Why don't you hit me up real quick so we can make sure that you won't. You know what I'm saying? He's back in a lab somewhere, like back in the mid '80s, early '90s. Like, hey, you know what? Come here real quick.
I think that Governor Cuomo is an absolute freak. He has his nipples pierced.
Who?
Governor Cuomo of New York.
I got his brother on TV right now in front of me.
Listen, Chris Cuomo is one of my new favorite people. I've never really watched him before, but I've been watching a lot more CNN lately just because things do happen so quickly.
Right.
And I love him because he said just flawlessly in conversation, he calls the Trumpers we're Trumplicans, and I love it. I think it's a great distinguish between the Trump cult followers and just people who have Republican values.
Yeah, for him, I like him and Don Lemon, by the way. What's up, Jeezy?
Run. So, I think you need to watch all news outlets, man. I think you can't just watch one. Because then
I like HHR, and I've been watching CNN because they always cover everything as it happens.
So you watch NBC. Let's be national here. You watch the local affiliate for NBC in Indianapolis, and you watch CNN.
Yes.
I think you need to get you a couple of left-wing stations you can watch too. Get around it. It ain't got to be Fox News. It could be something else.
Well, that's right wing. The wing, correct.
Like, I think the problem is you can't live in a bubble. That's how Trump got elected the first time. Because all we see is what we see on this one feed. We don't get the full, well-rounded story. So you gotta kind of tune in. Because I thought it was funny when they were storming when the terrorists were storming the Capitol. I cut on MSNBC. I watched. I cut on CNN. I watched. And I said, let me see what Fox News is saying. And I watched. And it was MSNBC and CNN and ABC News was kind of all on the same thing, which I kind of expected.
Fox News was playing Punky Brewster, wasn't it?
Right. Yeah, Fox News was kind of like, they took a whole different approach to that thing. I'm like, okay, like, it doesn't make any sense.
It was like Sesame Street was coming on.
To see what they were saying.
It was like,
so, I mean, I know I was watching Fox News a little bit last Wednesday, and it amazed me because they started dropping that. We've heard rumors that there could be BLM and protesters that went into the Capitol and started the riots and what have you. Also, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was looking at the Fox News app, you know what I'm saying, just checking, and like they had mention of the riot as the first story. Then they had something about the Dems considering impeachment. But then the third story was some borderline derogatory story about Kamala. But the number 4 story that they had on their website was about a black dude in Chicago who kidnapped another dude and killed him. This is your 4th largest story on your website. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It was like two stories per panel. And on your second panel, you have Kamala and you have this story about the black dude. As your lead stories with everything going on in the country, still trying to spin that narrative, man.
I mean,
but that's why I feel like you got to get a well-rounded, because you got to know what they're talking about. You got to know, you can't just be zoned in on one side. Know your enemy.
No, it's important. So what do you feel about the social media and internet companies taking Trump's platform away from it?
I think it's one of those double-edged swords, man. Like, part of it, you feel like, yeah, he shouldn't have the platform that he has and inciting the riots that he has. However, now you won't be able to see what he's doing because, trust me, there's other social media platforms out there that he'll get on. And
I thought I saw today they shut most of that down, like that.
They took Parler out of the app stores.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, he's been blocked on like all the other social medias that people would use, but I'm not sure the other platforms that are available. And his followers will find him.
You know, it's funny. So,
but it amazes me that people are putting more emphasis on the fact that he's being banned by these companies as opposed to the direct attack on the U.S. Capitol.
Right. Well, and a lot of people are saying that these companies and the government is taking away our free speech, but when you join any kind of platform, you agree to the terms of service and the community guidelines. So if you violate those, they can take you off of their platform, and it doesn't have anything to do with your freedom of speech. It's the fact that you did not abide by the community guidelines.
But you know what, Ron? The argument against that is that these platforms are so big and are so massive that they should fall under the guidelines of free speech. Because they're so big. Like the argument I heard with that, I'm just saying what the argument was that was making it. They're so big, like Facebook is so big, is that you should be allowed to have, they should fall under the guidelines of free speech.
Interesting.
I'll say this, man. So, like, I get it. Like, free speech covers everybody, right? But if you walk into my establishment and you saying what I don't like you to say, I can ask you to leave, right? And Facebook being, even though we call it a platform now, somebody owns it. It's a business. You know, it's publicly traded. I get that, the whole thing. So if you're in my business saying what I don't want you to say, I can ask you to leave. And I feel like that's how it comes down, you know. I feel like I can't just because I'm big, you know, just because I'm Amazon don't mean you can make me sell you a howitzer. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to sell you a nuclear weapon because I'm Amazon, because I probably could. I'm not going to do that. So the same way as Facebook can say, well, I don't want you creating rhetoric, you know, because it can hurt people. So I'm totally down with that. You know, but like I said, when I was watching Jeezy,
what happens when here's the problem that I have is it's not fair and balanced. Now I get what you're saying. If I like what you say, then you shouldn't be able to have hate speech and all that kind of stuff. But hate speech come on both sides. And it seems to me that one side is allowed to say whatever the hell they want to say, and the other side is not. That's the problem, is that a lot of these platforms are more liberal platforms. And they tend to lean to a certain way. So, you know, you're able to have these PETA people saying whatever they want to say. You can have, you know, all of these, you know, dead rights people say whatever they want to say. You have they can say whatever they want to say about other people, and it's never banned. It's never nothing. You can say, but then when somebody else says something about them, then all of a sudden you're banned. You can't do nothing. You can't say it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's all one-sided. They let one side get away with murder, so whatever they want to say, and the other side can't.
No, you know what? No, I think the side that they ban is the one that gets away with murder, though. Like the one, you know, I mean, that's kind of how it goes down. I mean, the side that they're currently banning is the side that can get away with murder. We already talked about Breonna Taylor. We already talked about, you know, Tamir. We didn't say anything about this tonight, but Tamir Rice. I mean, you know, with a toy gun in a park, being a child, he gets shot. Well, these guys walk into the state capitol with guns and pipe bombs and handcuffs and do not get shot.
There was a noose outside.
That was not for black people. That was for Mike Pence.
Right.
I mean, regardless of the fact,
it matters if it was for black people or Mike Pence. It was still a noose, and they were going to hang the vice president of the United States.
Which is wrong in and of itself, too.
I mean, my position is, you know what I'm saying, I don't really feel sorry for anything that happens to Donald Trump going forward, because he did this all to himself. And I'm cool with the whole freedom of speech, and I understand that social media platforms are so large, they should fall under certain guidelines. But come on, if you incite violence against the United States of America, you should be penalized across every part of your body, man. Like, you should be so untouchable, you know what I'm saying? Because you directly committed a war crime against your country. Like, you are an enemy of the state. Like, you are a traitor. You incited an insurrection against our government, the foundation of our country. Should you not be penalized immediately?
Oh no, Dilo, I'm on your side, man. What I'm saying is, for 100%, Trump got exactly what he deserved. Like, he should not be allowed with his platform spilling that kind of propaganda. Like, I get that, but at the same time, what I'm saying is, there's other groups on the other side that are saying things and doing things
on the other side that are good people, and we love them.
Charlottesville.
Hey, I'll say I was watching when I was watching Fox News, because I do try to catch all the angles. I heard this when the story was coming on. Yeah, that's what I heard when Fox News came on. I'm like, did something just happen yesterday? I don't know. Anyway, that's not our song. All right, hey, run that news real quick, brother.
So since we're talking about social media and Republicans, Republicans,
sometimes
so
kind of silly.
Todd Rokita, pop quiz. Who is he?
Is he the attorney, the state attorney of Indiana?
He's a state attorney general. Yes.
Attorney general. Yes.
Yep. And he decided that it would be great to put out a tweet that says, "I will always be for our president." How does that make you feel? That he's in charge as the AG of Indiana.
And I think that this was even after the insurrection.
It was after the insurrection.
It was on January 8th at 7:51 p.m.
But is he trying to play politician, where he's like, "I'll always be for our president," not putting in no matter who it is?
I will always be for our president at the real Donald Trump.
Right. There you go. Yeah. All right, we know.
So
he can get out there and vote, and it's over with for him.
We just voted him in.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
Again, I don't know why we live in Indiana. Indiana, in the presidential race, Indiana was the first state that called for Trump. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Like, should I be like, "Oh my God, he said that"? Like, of course he's gonna say that for Trump.
I know, but after inciting this
run,
insurrection,
76 million people voted for this dude. They all want to keep these people. They all want to keep these people to keep them in office. So they don't want to ruffle the feathers. So they'll say whatever they got to say, even when the ship is sinking, because they're going to hop off. But when it comes time to get reelected, they'll bring Trump in, have Trump endorse them, and all that kind of stuff.
You see where, speaking, you said the ship be sinking. Like, so there was a great basketball player, man, that played for the New York Knicks that was probably better than Michael Jordan.
World War III.
No. Michael Ray Richardson.
Yeah.
And, he was from like North Carolina somewhere, man, and got to New York and was a great basketball player. They was out there, doing everything. What's up, D-Lo? D-Lo, you muted. Oh, you ain't talking to us. I thought you was talking to us. But so anyway, Michael Ray Richardson, man, he got to doing drugs and hanging out at Studio 54 and all that. And they said, "Michael Ray Richardson, what's going on with you, man? Like, what's going on with you and the Knicks?" He was like, "The ship be sinking." You know what I'm saying? Like he knew what was happening and just had to put it out there. Anyway, sorry, run that news.
Okay. So, ladies, I'm sorry to break it to you, but Michael B. Jordan is now engaged to Steve Harvey's daughter, Lori.
Really?
Yes. So they made it official on Instagram. They have been traveling together. I'm sorry, they're not engaged. They're just together. Except here's the best part. One of the photos that has now been like spliced together. He looks like Steve Harvey with this caterpillar mustache.
I'm sorry, what kind of mustache did you say?
I said caterpillar, but I know it's caterpillar, but caterpillar's more fun. Look at that. Doesn't he look like Steve Harvey?
Well, that's probably what she likes.
Hideous, dog.
That's probably what she likes, man.
Yeah, that mustache is hideous, and then she fine as hell, by the way. She fine as hell.
So gross. So gross.
His mustache is gross?
What?
His mustache is gross?
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all tripping.
One big, thick mustache like that's disgusting.
Is it supposed to be two big, thick mustaches or one little thin one? I mean, everybody's got...
Either goatee, full beard, or nothing.
No, you gotta look. I mean, Moose rocks a soul patch.
I mean, I think that's fine, but I think just a mustache by itself is gross.
Look, everybody take a selfie of themselves, like highlighting some of one of their facial features. Like, I'm gonna take mine like this. Like highlight my.
Do whatever I can to make my nose look smaller.
Highlight my. I'm a highlight my soul patch.
I highlight my eyes when I do selfies.
Cause you know the reason I have a soul patch, like my stepdad, man, was in like, he was a Mason, and a lot of them cool cats, man, had soul patches, like fully shaven with like a little stubble with a soul patch. And I just thought, I guess I must have thought it looked cool, because then I rock it every now and again. Like every year about this time, I rock a soul patch, man. That might just be my look going forward, man.
Okay.
Shave like 1 or 2 times a week. That's it. Don't be coughing over there, dog.
No, that's just green.
Is that what it is? Hey, man, Heavy Hitters Radio Show, guys. You guys are listening, man. This is Moose, a.k.a. Big House. I am not freshly showered. I took a shower this morning, then got a call from my 40 that I couldn't work for 2 weeks. Because I was around somebody that woke up this morning with no taste and no smell in their mouth. Guys, we're in the middle of we're not in the middle of a pandemic. We're in the midst of a pandemic where we're on about our 3rd wave. It's getting worse and worse every single day here in the United States, where more and more people are getting sick. Matter of fact, these folks that are getting sick now probably was from Christmas, I guess, maybe the Christmas holiday and New Year's Eve holiday. The folks that are going to the hospital, a record number of people are dying every single day. And Moose, just on a personal note, Moose is tired of seeing all the death stuff like on Facebook and all that. Like at this point, I started just to scroll. As soon as it says, I was wondering, like, if the first 3 words, the tone sounds sad, I'm out. Like, I'm not listening to it. It better be like, hooray! And I'm like, oh, I'll read this one. But if it's like, I'm feeling out, I'm out. I just can't do it. Matter of fact, I just can't do it anymore. So, man, 2021 has been a little bit of a ride. And 12 days in or 13 days in or something? 12 days in. Today's 12. We're 12 days in. It's been a ride already. Hey, man, we got the one, the only D-Lo G in the house, man. You know, he's the smooth voice. We got the star of the show, man, LGZ in Baku. Actually, it's Long Green 400 right now. I should say that. And then we got LGZ in Baku. He's going by Jeezy now. And then we got the one and only Run DMC. And again, I am Moose, a.k.a. Big House. Heavy Hitters Radio Show 2021 edition, January. We had a born day. We celebrated the born day last Friday. So LGZ in Baku, man, had another successful trip around the sun, man. So we definitely appreciate that.
Successful trip around the sun.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You doing all right?
Man, it was glad to be here. You know, a lot of people get mad. Oh, I don't like getting older. Shit, I do.
Yeah.
I asked a lady that told us that they've tweeted, I'd rather die than be under Biden presidency. And God was like, all right, I got you.
Done.
The tongue speaks life or death, man.
All done. Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, man, it's good, man. Another year in the books, man. And, you know, just trying to, now it's about getting my health together. I'm down 15 pounds.
Outstanding.
You know, just keep it moving.
Hey, I'm going to tell you this, man. if I lose 25, I'm below 3 bills. Hello. I'll be back like I was in high school again. And then actually 275, and I was really, really in shape in high school. There you go. And I did have a shirt on that a sweatshirt that I wore back in 1989. Thank you. I had it on yesterday. All right, so I'm getting there, man. Hey, we got to though. You got to, man. Wake up in the morning, touch your toes, stretch, drink lots of water, stay hydrated, get some rest, dog. For real. Look, as I sip on, and I usually don't get for like free plugs, but like, so I'm at this LQ the other day. I'm looking for Blanton. So if anybody knows where some Blantons is, let me know, man. I will purchase it, right? Matter of fact, I know several people that will purchase it. It's bourbon. The guy goes, man, I got something that's good for you, and it's cheap. And it's called Spirits of the Apocalypse, the Walking Dead edition, Kentucky Straight bourbon whiskey. The Walking Dead edition. It's pretty good. It's
decent. You already getting your end-time booze together?
I guess so. Yeah, I'm ready, man. I'm ready. But it's decent. But now I will tell you, though, that later on this week, I plan on sipping on some Uncle Northerns. If you guys have heard of that.
Uncle Nearest.
I'm tripping. Uncle Nearest, sorry. Uncle Nearest. And yeah, I got it on deck. Matter of fact, I should have probably plugged that out today, but I didn't plug it out today. But I got it on deck. I got that on deck for later this week. All right.
Well, I mean, since we're talking about alcohol, I would like to throw out there that I tried 19 Crimes. It's a wine, and there is a Cali Red and Snoop's on the label. And if I'm being honest, I really got the bottle of wine because I knew there was an app called Living Wine Labels or something along those lines, and then Snoop would talk to me, and so that's really why I bought it. But here was the best surprise that I didn't know about. Snoop was on the cork. So cool. It was fun. So if you want 19 Crimes, listen, it was not my favorite wine because I like sweeter reds, but it was good, and the app made everything worth it, and then the cork made me happy. Like I saved it so I could turn it into magnets for my fridge.
I mean, this sounds like booze and reviews.
It is. It is booze, and it has become booze and reviews. As I talked about, Spirit of the Apocalypse, Dead Man Walking, Kentucky Straight Bourbon, 19 Crimes wine. D-Lo, you got anything?
Well, I've got these grape cookies. Highly recommended. Some papaya. Get ya. Yeah, but that's all I got, man. So I'm doing real good.
What about that? Did we ever talk about the Screwball?
Now that was a good drink, man. Peanut butter whiskey, man, smooth, man. I mean, just the right amount of peanut butter, man, up under that whiskey. Like, it's so smooth, and it definitely sneaks you because, you know what I'm saying? It's like the smoothness of a cocktail, but the power of a straight shot. You know what I'm saying? It was good, man.
And the great taste of a PB&J without the J.
It was a Reese cup.
There you go. But you know what? If I ever create a product that has a hint of something, I'm for sure going to hire you to say just the right amount of whatever it is. You know what I mean? If it's pineapple, if it's agave, whatever it is, I don't care who I can have the rock in the whole thing, and then but when it comes to the part where there's a hint of something, it's going to be your face and your voice saying just the right amount of mariachi or whatever. You know what I mean? Like whatever, man.
I signed up for that.
Yeah, that's you, man. Jeezy, what about you, man? You got anything new you sipping on new over there? Yeah, one thing we can't talk about had you wavering Friday night.
That's cool.
What's it say?
It has his name on it.
Oh, okay. I see.
I got me some Crown in here.
So
this is from being in the Health Connections Lucky Day.
Okay.
Yeah, little bottle. So yeah, that's what I'm sipping on. And I'm smoking it's a regular basic ass stick, and ain't nothing great. So, but you know, I'm not really a big drinker, man. I had that liquor for like a year. That won't even hardly move.
Right.
Yeah,
Hey man,
I got some Jim Beam Blue that's over there. I mean, not blue, gold label. I had that thing for like 3 years.
Nice. No, yeah, you know what's funny? So like, when people come over, they can all kind of smorgasbord of stuff they want, in the little bar area. Then the stuff that I have, I go through that a little bit, But the other stuff I don't go through, it's here.
Right.
Matter of fact, I got some beers in there since we ain't been playing. Like my Indianapolis Blue Crew fellas, they beer drinkers. And they haven't really been here. We don't Michigan only played like 6 games, and we really wasn't getting together a whole lot inside. So I still got beers for them guys, man. Still sitting here, man. Heavy Radio Show, man. You guys are listening. We're in here. 2021. We talked a lot about Trump and all the insurrection. We talked a lot about all that good stuff. Now I think it's time for us maybe to turn the tables just a little bit. And I'm sure we'll get back into that because everything revolves around that right now, what's happening. We pretty much talk about stuff that's happening right now. I will tell you that the NCAA just finished a full college football season where you had some teams like Alabama, who was the eventual national champions, played 13 games in the season. And then you had other teams like I'm a Michigan fan. They played 6. IU played, I want to say 11 or 12. So like it was a very different season this year. What's your guys' take on this NCAA football season? How basketball is looking so far? If you guys can say, and I'll put this out there to you, the NBA has gone away from the bubble and they've gone back to kind of their regular schedule, and now teams are starting to be canceled, that kind of thing. But they're doing okay. Our teams are showing up with 8 players and playing that kind of thing. Where do you guys think the state of sports is going? In the midst, as we say, not in the middle, but in the midst of this pandemic. I tell you what, Ron, you might go first, and then D-Lo, and then Jeezy.
I think that the sports are kind of leading the way in trying to get back to normal. Not necessarily that it's working or not, but so we saw that the bubble was very successful. Now we're just having cardboard cutouts of fans. Whatever. There was cardboard cutout of a baby on a basketball game I was watching earlier. It was like a 2-year-old, but still, it was kind of strange.
Real quick, at the Michigan game,
was weird.
At the Michigan game, they had all the ex-players that are in the NBA, their cardboard cutouts in the stands. I thought that was pretty cool.
That's cool.
Go Blue.
That's cool.
I got a question for you real quick as you go forward, Ron. Is it fair? I mean, like, these guys are getting tested. The pros are getting tested almost daily. The college guys are getting tested several times a week. They're getting tested at a way more higher clip than teachers, than other people in the industry. Is that okay?
Honestly, at this point, whatever, test them whenever. But can I get my vaccine as someone who's around 30 snot-nosed, dirty, grimy, small humans every day? That's all.
Okay.
I would like to be added back into 1B, Governor Holcomb. I'm calling you out. I've sent you an email 3 times now. I would like for you to respond. I will be calling your office tomorrow.
I think it sounds like you guys will be. And matter of fact, my Moose's company I think is ready to go right now if we want it. So that's pretty cool.
We were in 1B and then we got removed. And they're saying that we should be in the next round.
All right. D-Lo.
We'll see.
D-Lo, what do you think about the sports landscape?
It's interesting. I do want to say, hats off to college football, really, and the pro leagues even. Because I feel like they were real forerunners as far as reestablishing some sort of sports norm for us, and really almost kind of being the testers of a lot of projects to see what it would look like to be able to play football, what it looks like. We have a few fans here and there. You know what I'm saying? It's an interesting place, but I'm not opposed to these college athletes, for example, getting more tests than everybody else. Because at the end of the day, sports is such a big business that booms a whole lot of other smaller businesses and impacts a lot of other households, even outside of the sport itself. So, I mean, it has huge impact. And, you know what I'm saying, I'm sure even with smaller numbers, there are businesses that would benefit from sports being back. So if there's a way you can work sports out to make them safe. And then also, let's be honest, sports has a huge social impact as far as, let's just say it, how folks see us, especially as Black people. Unfortunately, between athletes and musicians or famous Black people, a lot of times those are the Black people that pilgrims or even other minority groups will see as humans first before they see the layman like myself or you or Jeezy. They'll understand that they're human because they're entertained by these guys. So but I also kind of respect where we're at with the social dynamic in that we've got pro players like these different NBA teams and WNBA teams also taking stands. And I know I'm rambling a bit, but I just think that sports has such an interesting dynamic, and any way that we can try and continue to make sports happen for people. I mean, then on top of everything else, it's still a great outlet. So I think sports is playing its role, and I hope that it'll also have some impact on the greater social climate overall at the end of the day.
I like it, man. And you know what? Real quick, at the end of your deal, what about I saw in the news where these guys are, they're still talking about these guys getting paid, man. How do you feel about that?
These guys getting paid?
Yeah, like the sport, like the...
Oh, as far as college athletes?
Yeah.
Man, you got to do something, man. I mean, I just don't think it's reasonable to put people in a situation saying, we're going to make all this money. You're going to figure out how you're going to get by, but you can't go out here and work. You can't go out here and do this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? You put them in an impossible position while those who run the programs stay in the game the most by doing the least. You know what I mean? So I completely feel like these players should be compensated because I remember playing video games, NCAA video games, and you know what I'm saying? They didn't have a player's name, but I knew exactly who was who. Like, if I get the North Carolina squad, no, that's number 42, but that is Jerry Stackhouse, you know what I'm saying? And that guy right there, that's Rasheed Wallace. It didn't have their name, but it was the University of North Carolina Tar Heels, you know what I'm saying? So those images made money for these institutions. I mean, and whatever other sponsorships, man, it's not reasonable for the working class to suffer while these guys at the very top are living their best life, man.
All right.
So
Slavery.
To get on with what D-Lo said, I don't necessarily think that the universities themselves should pay the athletes or have to pay the athletes. However, I feel like if a school is recruiting you and they want to give you some extra benefits for coming to their school by paying you or give you some money or what boosters want to pay you to go to that school, you should be able to take it. I believe that if they make a NCAA 2K game and they want you to be on the game, they should pay you. You should get paid for that. If you want to do a commercial, for one of your local car dealerships and make some money or sign some autographs, you should be able to do that and get paid from that. If you want to get a YouTube channel and you want to monetize from YouTube, you should be able to do that. Like, you should be able to control your intellectual property. So that way, the university doesn't have to pay you nothing. You still getting your education. But however, I'm using my name and my likeness to profit from me being on the football team. Like, you should be able to do that.
Jeezy.
And that way, it eliminates the whole, well, how are you going to play the volleyball team? Well, if the volleyball team could do a commercial, if they're good enough, well, how are you going to play the track team? Track team good enough, go get you commercial. Like, it opens that up to say, if you're good enough, then go get it. But if you're not good enough, then you don't deserve it. You can't get that. And that's the way the world works.
Jeezy.
Yes, sir.
I am so proud of you, man. Like, that is one. I mean, this is gonna sound weird, but I mean, man, you know what? It's funny because I wish I would have thought of that. I wish I would have thought that. You know what? Nothing to do with the school. But if you can do it, you got our permission.
Go do it.
I like it. I like it, Jeezy. I like
that. Right now, Tennessee is under investigation because they had like a top recruiting class. So clearly, it was paying jokers to come there. Clearly, they was doing that. So now the NCAA is investigating Tennessee. But my thing is like, why? Like, if I got money to pay to come to my school, then by all means, come to my school. My boost is gonna pay you. You know, it's still gonna be enough money to go around for all these players to get money from other people if they deserve to get it. If you deserve to get it, get it.
All right.
UConn women's basketball team. If you good enough to get the money, then get it. So
UConn's gonna always have the best. So what it's gonna do is
already got the best team.
What I'm saying
is, know what that does, Moose? Who's a big booster for Indiana? Mark Cuban. So you think Mark Cuban? Now all of a sudden, more small schools might be major players because now they get the money to be like, you know what? I got money to pay for this player.
No, I'm with you. I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know, I'm with you, man. That was one of the best arguments that I've heard. I haven't. You're the first person that I've heard say that argument, and I'm talking about. I watch ESPN, religiously, and I watch all the shows, and I pay attention to all that stuff, and I've never heard anyone say leave the NCAA out of it. As a matter of fact, I just saw today on ESPN where they're talking about FBS and NCAA was like, you know what, we can't figure out how to do this. Maybe we should just not do it. And it's like, no, y'all messing around, man. You're absolutely right. I mean, Jeezy, you played college sports. I dabbled in it. I can't say I played it. I dabbled in it. But it's a job.
Yes.
It's a job. Like you don't have time to do other stuff. And if you do, then your grades are kind of failing. Your life is a little bit different. And for sure, these big time college, like you at Alabama, you ain't working, man. You're not.
Right. You're not big schools. I mean, you got tutors, you got all the extra help, but it's still a job.
Right.
Like
right.
It's still a job. Like you're still getting beat up on Saturday.
Right. And
you gotta go to class on Monday.
But I really like how you say the school doesn't need to pay for that because you're already going to school for free. And I've always said that. I'm already giving you $60,000 a year. Like that's great pay. If I'm already giving you $60,000 a year, that's great pay and free clothes and free food and
What? And no one else moves. Those scholarships need to be guaranteed until completion.
What if you get what if you're not like okay? So if you get hurt in the game, you still good.
No. You do know the scholarships are year to
year. Yeah. I mean, but
So what I'm saying is, if you sign to the school, you should get like Kentucky. Kentucky's already doing that. They guarantee your education, no matter how long it takes. You go to school for free.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So even because I'm an athlete, obviously it's gonna take me longer because I'm not gonna take all the classes. They might interfere with practice or whatever.
No,
so it might take you 4 years, longer than 4 years to get your degree.
You know what you see though? You see a lot of these guys done early, man. They ain't got nothing else to do. They in there in the summertime.
But Moose, I mean, let's be real. That's like 5 guys on a football team out of 60. You know what I mean?
Right.
They always gonna highlight the one. He graduated early. They gonna highlight the 1 or 2 guys. But some guys, they might need to, try the NFL, not make it. Then they 25. Yeah, they should probably go back to Alabama and finish up their education at Alabama for free.
I like that.
You know what I mean? Like the NFL, they might wash out. They might get drafted, play 2 years, wash out. But then guess what? I can still go back to Alabama and get a degree and and it's free, no matter how long it takes you.
Right. Even if you don't want to pay for like the room and board, you should have a lifetime of free University of Alabama online classes for as long as you want to, for all the degrees you want to, for your service to that program.
Exactly.
No. You guys are sounding amazing. Like I totally agree with you. I wish I would have sounded as smart as you guys too right now, because holy cow, Jeezy and Long Green, y'all sound amazing, because you are absolutely right, and that's taking the onus really off the school, and we've had precedent this year, because if you missed your season last year due to COVID, you got a free year, so we know you can do it, right? Yeah.
And not to mention, Moose, this year has shown how valuable these players are to the universities, to the point where because football wasn't going to be played, certain programs had to drop certain sports just because they didn't have football this year. So to me, that tells me, oh yeah, you really do need me on these. I'm providing for everybody. Like my skill set, what I do is provide for everybody. So you know what? Yeah, that's leverage. Yeah. That's leverage right there. I mean, what is Stanford? Stanford dropped 10 programs because they didn't play football?
Right. Which is a very expensive school, but you're right. I mean, football and basketball are huge draws for the Power Five. And matter of fact, I dare say that for the top 120 some odd schools that are Division I, those are super duper important, right? Football is, because it kind of drives like tennis and golf and volleyball and stuff like that. So man, I tell you what, you guys are smart, man. Heavy Hitters Radio Show, you guys are super duper smart. Ron, did you have any entertainment news or anything like that, or were you done?
So most of the news is just about the Retrumplicans. So we went over the entertainment news. I would like to talk about Elizabeth from Tennessee. But I also do have a story for Reading Runbow this week.
It's time.
It's back.
Do I need to like ping you so you're the main?
You can if you want to. I just think we all need a nice little laugh. So pineapples.
All right, let me see.
This is a children's book that's not a children's book.
So you are pinned. Go.
Okay, so this is called Show Me Your Cock.
Is it about a chicken?
It's a rooster. Okay, ready?
You said pineapples, right?
I did. Pineapples again, though, for sure.
What does pineapples mean? Why are you saying that? What's the reason?
That's our safe word. So, parents, if you're listening with your children, you might want to pause it or plug their ears or make them go somewhere else or put in your headphones, because I'm about to say some things that maybe you don't want to have to explain to your child.
I mean, but you're talking about a chicken.
I'm talking about a rooster.
A rooster.
Yeah, yes. A rooster or chicken?
I mean, I guess.
What do you mean, you guess?
All collies are dogs, but not all dogs are collies. So, all roosters are chickens, but not all chickens are roosters.
True story. So, chicken. Ready, go.
So, the weather was perfect one day after school. I thought I'd swim in the neighborhood pool. I put on my trunks and I started to walk. That's when my neighbor showed me his cock.
I'm about to put myself on mute.
The time had come. It was my birthday. My best friend came over, and what shall we play? We went to my room and turned back the lock. That's when my friend showed me his cock. I thought his friend had a black cock for a second, but it's not. It just has dark tail feathers. One night after school, I couldn't sleep. I tried to read. I tried counting sheep. I snuck in my parents' room. Oh, what a shock. My daddy was showing my mommy his cock. You're all welcome for this. Third grade is fun, my teacher would say. Barely any work and mostly play. When recess came, he wanted to talk. So he pulled me aside and showed me his cock.
Yes.
There's also a hot dog on that table for those of you listening and not watching the YouTube video. My first confession was especially fun. The priest pulled me in and called me his son. He read, like a shepherd, he will tend to his flock. And that's when the priest showed me his cock.
Lord
Why is he on his knees?
Why do their eyes look like that?
Oh, folks, listen, if you are listening to the podcast, man, you might want at about the hour and 30 minute section, go to YouTube so that you can see this. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, this is great. This is maybe one of my favorites so far.
Wow.
My grandpa Charlie was losing his mind. I think it all started when he went blind. He walked to my house in a hat and a sock. That's when he showed my family his cock.
Oh!
Oh! My skin was wrinkled. My hair's turned gray. I'm lucky to witness this brand new day. I watch the sunrise while I put on my socks. And as I eat breakfast, I think about cock.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we're not done yet. My grandpa, my parents, my teacher, my priest, my neighbor, and my best friend are all deceased. When death comes home and I hear him knock, I'll welcome him in and I'll show him my cock.
Oh, wow. Like, they're not even, there's no chickens involved. Yeah.
Where's the rooster?
Right, because he's definitely not holding it. His hands are out to the side.
There's no roosters now.
Man, the end right there. There you go. That's the last rooster.
All right. Okay.
There you go. And that, my friends, was Show Me Your Cock.
That was a very riveting story.
It had solid illustrations, and it had a nice iambic pentameter. Okay, so can we go back to Gigi's comments earlier about it's a revolution? We're starting a revolution. So, this lady, Elizabeth from Knoxville, Tennessee, she was interviewed coming out of the Capitol, and she was saying, I got tear gas. And we're all sitting at home like, yeah, you broke into the Capitol. But that's beside the point. So she's holding this towel, and she keeps, like, wiping her eyes, which I'm pretty sure is, like, rule number 1 of getting tear gas is don't rub your eyes. But I don't know, because I never have been, and I hope I never will be. But then if you go back so this video has become viral because she's ridiculous. She's also like the friend that you would never want to hang out with because she's going to tell all your business to anybody. Because the reporter said, what's your name and where are you from? And she very quickly said, I'm Elizabeth and I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee. Make up something else, Elizabeth from Knoxville, Tennessee. But if you go back and you watch the video, it looks as though she has an onion in the towel that she's rubbing on her eyes to make her eyes water.
Can you share that with us?
Yeah, and I can show you the picture also. So here you go. See that red arrow? She's definitely holding something in that towel.
So is she a crisis actress?
She might be. You know what? She's probably Antifa. I bet that's what it is. Also, the FBI has been asking people to help identify these rioters. So I want to know, would you turn people in if you recognize them?
Yeah, because I would, because I saw like 3 black people, and I didn't know none of them, so I don't feel any sort of way about telling on anybody else.
That's fair. That's fair.
that was your girl right there.
I'm Elizabeth from Knoxville, Tennessee.
Did you guys hear it?
Ren and Stimpy show?
No, listen.
Yes.
They pushed me out and maced me. Yeah, you were storming the Capitol building.
Oh, she is a hot mess.
You know what? So, all right, so if it's one of you 3, and I look up and I'm like, man, look at Ron like jumping off into the Capitol building.
That'd be me because I'm white.
I'm gonna send you a text message and I'm be like, what in the heck were you thinking? And I saw you.
Right.
So you probably gonna be hit. If they ask me, I'm probably gonna tell. If they don't ask me, you cool.
What if it's someone that like you know, but you don't like them? Are you gonna turn them in?
No, I'm just saying. If they
What's the reward?
I'm not sure if there's a reward or not.
Yeah,
it's none of my business in at that point.
Oh, okay.
Like, boy, he's like, snitches get stitches. If they ask me, I might tell. I might be like, you know what? Are y'all gonna fuck with me if I don't say nothing? You know.
Here's the thing, though. I think white people will tell.
Yeah, because there were black people involved.
No question. Yeah, no.
So I think the pilgrims, if you will tell on each other. Yeah,
because then you know what I mean. You think about it when pilgrims see each other, they don't, you know, like. All right, watch this on Zoom. If I see D-Lo somewhere and we like across the room, guess what we do? I go like this. Yeah, right. See, look, look. I got look. They just already knew. Like the hands went up, my head was like, you know what I'm saying? Like we like will acknowledge.
This white people.
We will acknowledge each other. You see one of your
don't make eye contact.
Yeah, dude, like especially pilgrim dudes. Pilgrim dudes see each other. They're like, I didn't even see that guy. You know what I mean? But the brothers, we like, hey, yo. We like, hey, I see you, man. You know, we in here. You know that kind of thing. So I got a feeling that, you know, I mean, you don't really necessarily want to tell on people, you know, snitches get stitches thing. But in this situation, if they ask me, I'm like, yeah, I did see her. It was her. And here's the address because I don't want y'all to mess with me, like I'm holding information or something. Because that's what'll happen. They'll be like, oh, he's holding information. Like, what? Like, I have nothing to do with it. Once again, I was at work while this was happening. You know what I mean? No, you had something to do with it because you knew somebody there. Oh, hell, here we go.
My name Bennett, and I ain't in it.
And Nathan.
My name is Paul. That's between y'all. Hey, man, Heaviest Radio Show. I tell you what, it sounds like we kind of coming to the end of the show here, man. So, man, by the next show, hopefully, all right. So here's how this works. So I was exposed possibly yesterday, right? So then, well, here's the thing. He probably, if he's showing symptoms today, he probably was exposed several days before that. So I was with him on Friday, even Thursday, Friday. So I was with him Thursday, Friday, not the weekend. Then I was with him Monday. So then today he wakes up, he feels symptoms. So I'm quarantined. So really, I don't get tested until like Saturday because I wouldn't feel anything or see anything until Saturday. Saturday I can do a rapid test or the regular test, like up the nose or the spit, right? Then I should get my results back 48 to 72 hours after that. If I'm clean, I can go back to my 40, no sweat. If not, I can't go back to my 40 until not this Friday, but next Friday, the 22nd of January. Yes, sir.
Were you masked and socially distancing when you were in the company of your exposed and positive friend.
I was 100% masked the entire time. I mean, I took sips of water. But I was masked with him, and I was never I wasn't within 6 feet of him, but not 15 continuous minutes, but over a day, for sure 15 minutes, because we were in the same area. We had had some of the similar things to carry out, some of the similar business to attend to. So I mean, if it was a situation, especially if it's the new strain, who knows? If it's the old one, I'm probably pretty good. Like I said, I stay masked up. I stay away. I try to make sure I'm moving away. And by the way, folks, I'm one of those folks. I gargle Listerine and peroxide daily and all that. And I really truly take precautions, because when I started seeing the news, like, it was, a lot of fat black people like Moose that were dying. So I don't want to be one of those people, because I'm fat and black. You're welcome. Hey, so anyway, Heavy Ears Radio Show, man, quarantine show. Moose, I'm cool, guys. I got a lot of good people in my life, man. They're gonna drop off bananas and and drop off food and all kind of stuff, and sit on my porch and talk to me and all that good stuff. So I don't, please understand that we're having a good time with this thing. I'm going to do everything I can to make sure my health is intact. But I got good friends that are going to be checking on me and taking care of me. So man, it's good stuff, man. And when people say, well, I ain't know nobody, it ain't did nothing, shit. I think at this point, we all know somebody that's been on quarantine or been sick or possibly died from this virus. Okay, so please take it seriously. And I'm not saying don't. We know Jeezy goes out of town and he's on airplanes and all that kind of stuff. But it seems to me like he must be doing what he's supposed to
do. Moose, you're giving out false information, man. Airplanes are safe, Doug.
All I said was you're on airplanes. I didn't say it wasn't unsafe. I said you're on them. I said, listen to what I'm saying here. Jesus been on airplanes. He's come back. He's been safe. He smokes every day, and he's been safe. D-Lo's been around people. He's been safe. Run.
Why D-Lo don't smoke every day? Why y'all call me out?
Cause I'm smart, and I try not to put people on blast. Which you should be.
He smoke Black and Miles every day.
I smoke more weed than anything, but we wasn't talking about that. He tried to make a point.
We was not talking about that. Anyway, we all around people every single day, and we are, we're social distancing, man. We're masked up. We're doing our thing. Folks, please continue to do so. It's so important. Mask up. Matter of fact, 6 to 10 feet. Make sure you gargle. Make sure you're taking care of your health. They say, take your vitamins C and D, most important, all that kind of good stuff. But do whatever you need to do to take care of yourself. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. I am in my own house, and I've been in here, so you didn't see me touching my face because I ain't been around nobody else today, really. I had some food dropped off. That was it. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't touch them. I wasn't nowhere near them, that whole deal. So anyway, it's Heavy Ears Radio Show, man. This is Moose, a.k.a. Big House, for LGZ and Baku, man. The stars.
Real quick. I want to leave with this. And me and D-Lo talked about this a couple of weeks ago. The blockchain brothers. D-Lo know what I'm talking about.
The what?
The blockchain brothers. Blockchain.
Block.
D-Lo know what I'm talking about. Listen. Hear my voice, and you don't have no money in Bitcoin, you tripping. You straight up tripping. If you don't have money in Bitcoin right now, you tripping. When I told jokers about Bitcoin, it was $18,000 for a coin. It dropped down now like 35, but it got as high as $40,000, and it's going back up. If if you don't have money in Bitcoin, holler at your boy. Let's go ahead and get this thing cracking. Let's get it together. And everybody eat as a community, dog.
All right.
That's it. That's my way.
Getting Bitcoin, man. Everybody getting Bitcoin. Do your thing.
Get a piece.
So
40 G's.
That's all you gotta do. Holy cow. Well, it's hit me. Well, I'm eating a late dinner tonight. Guess why, guys? I'm gonna stay up and watch TV. I'm gonna stay up and watch TV and go to bed late.
There it is.
I'm gonna watch P Valley. You know what? I might binge watch tonight, like before I go to sleep. I mean, when I say binge watch, I'm gonna watch 2 episodes and I'm ready to sleep. So, is that binge?
Right.
Is 2 episodes binge watching?
No, that's normal.
How many do you gotta
You're
watch?
not binge watching unless Netflix is saying, "Are you still watching?"
Are you still watching?
You have no shame
no.
in saying, "Yes, I'm still watching."
Oh, see, no, I won't get there.
That's binge watching.
I won't get there.
Binge watching is finishing a whole season in one day.
Oh, heck no. Who can do that? Nah.
I did it probably 4 times over break.
Look, it didn't come through, but D-Lo was like, wow. It didn't come through.
That's a lot.
Especially if I start a good show, I don't mind just sitting and watching it.
Hey, you know what? Maybe we all need to get with some of our friends that have binge watched shows. So next week we can kind of get some other people on here and talk about shows they've binged watched, and all that good stuff.
We got WandaVision start Friday.
Huh?
WandaVision kicks off Friday, so
Are you gonna watch the whole thing?
they on week to week. You already know they're gonna do that stupid shit.
Which they should. That's how I grew up.
No!
Yeah.
Look, I'm week to week on network television. I need it all right now. I need all 12 of them things on the episode so I can go through that.
No. Get up and do some laundry or something. Fold some clothes. You got to do something, man. You can't be sitting there. Hey, man, Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man. Hey, we got the woman in the house, man, Run EMC. D-Lo G and the star of the show, man, the one and only LGZ Mbaku. This is Moose, aka Big House. We are out. Remember, we are.
My
And come on in.
yeah,
You can't move and talk at the same time for some reason. Man.
hello, right?
Here we go. Okay, that's.
It's the